For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
From spring training to postseason.
From spring training to postseason.
Till Dodgers do us part. Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Till Dodgers Do Us Part. I'm Neil.
I'm Amy.
And this is the show that explores the intersection of I Do and Dodger Blue. And boy, did we just witness a fantastic opening day game for the Dodgers. How exciting. Oh, it is so good to have baseball back.
Fun. It was
Seriously.
so fun.
So you think you know everything, like you think you're ready for it. And it was just, and you knew there was going to be a lot of pomp and circumstance with the Dodgers. So
Absolutely.
We'll get to that in a second. But before we talk about this game, I think we should address perhaps one of the most critical issues that's facing the Dodgers right now. It's the new field renaming. I know that's really important to you.
Wow, we're just going to jump right into it.
I know you talked a lot about it before. You're like, I never heard of Uniqlo or Uniqlo or whatever they're pronounced. I'm going to call them Uniqlo for the rest of the show. But yeah, so now the Dodgers have named the field. So it's now Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium. And the organization is fully embracing that naming convention, right? So like you saw it in the field, you saw it in the stadium.
They're getting money for it. That's why.
Well, yeah, you saw it in the broadcast when they showed.
I don't know why they need more money.
Uniqlo. Oh, I know why they need more money. How are you going to dominate the world if you don't have enough money? So
good question, I guess.
So we can get into a whole conversation about that. But here's the thing. I'm not changing my naming. I'm not going to call it Uniqlo Field at
Nobody's
Dodger
going
Stadium.
to.
Nobody's
going to.
The organization can call it that. Uniqlo can call it that.
Yeah.
If you have to use the Dodgers formal communication standards, they're going to make you do that. But outside of that, no one's going to call it that.
Nobody's going to call it that.
It's like nobody calls the Sears Tower the Willis Tower because
No.
they renamed it. No one calls it that.
No.
Nobody.
And it's been renamed for like 30 years.
Yeah, and everybody still calls it. It's still the Sears Tower, right?
I think there's more people now that call it that, but regardless, it's because it doesn't have any other name. Like Dodger Stadium's always going to be Dodger Stadium, regardless of who has the naming for the field. So.
I still call the San Diego Stadium Jack Murphy Stadium, even though that's been demolished for like 50 years. I still call it that.
Not even the same.
It's
stadium.
not the Murph. Oh, Petco Park is way better than the Murph. That's for sure.
Yes.
So,
and that we need to get to a game there this year for sure.
Absolutely.
At Petco Park, 'cause we have not been there yet.
That's on our to-do list for sure. Is to go to a game.
Sure.
If anybody wants to host us, just give us a call. Let us know. Email social@tilldodgersdouspart.com. Anyway, speaking of sponsorships, like as much as I want to hate on Uniqlo and what they did, I was very concerned that the presence of the name and all the branding was going to be super obnoxious, and I have to tell you, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't. It wasn't at all.
Even the little sign and the towers they put over the batter's eye in center field, that's not even that bad.
It's not. It
really kind of looks like it's been there the whole time.
Yeah, it's not very intrusive. It's not like a giant red banner with lettering. It's like the smaller squares with the letter. It worked okay. Yeah.
I was concerned about that at first, and then I was like, okay, this is going to be fine.
Yeah.
And I will say this, though. If Uniqlo wants to sponsor our podcast, we will put your logo anywhere you want. And I mean that, anywhere you want. Call me. So she won't do it. I will. I will. I have no shame when it comes to sponsorship money. I'll take it.
This is a great episode so far.
I know.
I
right?
love this.
Hey, we're absolutely talking about all the important things. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
all the things Neil will do for money.
That's well.
Great.
Well, if it's not love, it's definitely money. That's for sure. So let's talk about the game.
Yes, let's talk about the game.
So let's talk. Okay, so let's back up a second, even a little bit. We're gonna get to the game, but this season. So I got to tell you something about Amy. She's been really embracing her role as a podcast co-host this season so far. Look, I have to work because somebody's got to make the money.
Well, I have to
here,
work
right?
too. I just am not right now. So.
That's true. So So while I'm here slaving away over a hot computer doing whatever I do, Amy's in the living room and she's got the TV on and she's got the laptop open. She's watching like 4 games at once. 5. Yeah. Okay. 5 games.
4 on the laptop, 1 on the TV.
Yeah. You're watching all these games at once. And I'm like, you're living the life. I'm a little jealous.
I really was.
Now you know why she knows more about stuff than I do sometimes.
I'm so excited. I just wanted to see like the beginning of each of the games to see who the starters are. like, look at who's moved around. Like, Pete Alonso's on the Orioles now. Like,
Yeah.
like things like that you're just like, oh, that's right, that happened and that moved. That person's not there anymore, and they're over here. So I just kind of wanted to see how things got off to a start. And I know this is a Dodger podcast, but oh my gosh, watching the Pirates and who did they play today? The Mets.
Yeah, the
Oh
Mets.
my God.
Watching Paul Skeens
Just implode in the first inning.
Worst outing, probably the worst
and that was
outing
the first game of the day.
Yeah.
So I just started watching this. In the first, he didn't finish the first inning. I was like,
probably the worst
wow.
outing of his life. Like, I don't think when he pitched in Little League it was that bad.
No,
he didn't even finish the inning.
Nope.
He pitched 2/3 of an inning and gave up 5 runs. Now, obviously, some of that was errors by his awesome outfield.
Yeah.
But
still,
that was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was bad
for
too.
him to. Oh, that was just weird to me.
So yeah, that's kind of why that's why we play the games. It's everybody's got all their teams on paper, but it's so fun to just watch what happens. The Cubs didn't win today either. Like there were a couple of things that you're like, whoa, all right, we're starting out the season.
You know who else didn't win?
The Diamondbacks.
Arizona Diamondbacks. They didn't win either.
They didn't win either.
So yeah, so we got so we're actually recording this immediately after the game. We just got done watching it. Yeah, that was really cool to see. So let's start with all the pomp and circumstance, right?
It's just so I love
LA
and how the culture, they just weave it in with the Stars having Will Ferrell borrowing the trophies and then driving them out.
Well, I mean,
it was pretty well done though. Like I really did. I was like,
okay.
Well, no, I mean, the way they executed Freddie and Miggy Rowe not being there, like Todd Lights
that
is
was
like
funny because we're like
Freddie Freeman.
So this obviously like when Freddie Freeman didn't come out, I was thinking to myself, okay, is he injured? What happened? Did he trip and fall? Did he get a phone call from somebody? Like what happened?
Right.
And then when it happened to Miguel Rojas, I go, okay,
there's got to be a bit. Because also, because if he wasn't going to come out, they knew that, they wouldn't have said his name either. Like Freddie or Miguel Rojas.
Yeah.
Hello, where are they?
I kind of fell for it. It's fine.
Oh, I did.
It was fun a little bit. Yeah.
But it was really fun. So that was really fun. It was so great to see the 2025.
The flag.
Well, the flag, yes,
and the new baseball, the sign up by the stadium club. Yeah, that was fun.
And your boy did the reveal. Steve Garvey.
Oh yes, I forgot.
Pulled the golden curtain.
So if you're watching the video of this, I'm number 6 is mine. This is not Hai Sung Kim. This is Steve Garvey. He was the first Dodger that I became a fan of when I was younger. Yeah. And in fact, he was my inspiration for playing first base when I played softball because I wanted to be like Steve Garvey when I was growing up. Never had a chance to play baseball, which that in itself was a long story. But so it was fun to see that. Yeah. It was fun to see the weather was absolutely perfect today in Los Angeles. It was almost like if you could have ordered it yourself intentionally, this is what you would have ordered. It
was scripted like a Hollywood movie.
Wow. Okay.
You're welcome.
You're really speaking of Hollywood movie. One thing I did not like at all, and I saw it right away.
What's that?
Anyway, let me back up a second. Okay. So if for those of you who watch the 2024 NLCS, the one where Tommy Edman got the MVP, in one of the home games at Dodger Stadium, there was these 2 people sitting in the pretty people seats, like the super rich people seats, like a couple rows up from Mary Hart. Yeah. And they were doing that weird smile from the movie Smile, and there was 2 of them doing it, and they sat there and just did that in the camera the entire stinking time, and they were there advertising the movie Smile 2. Okay. Right. And they eventually left after the 5th inning, thank God, because that was such an eyesore. They were just they weren't distracting.
Did that weird
the weird smile that you do. If you know the movie, it's right before they die or whatever, they do that. But I thought that was stupid. So here's what happened. So then I notice it like in the 2nd or 3rd inning. I go, oh, look at those 2 guys in the jumpsuit, like the
convicts,
prison orange, sitting right behind home plate.
I'm like, this is
staring
totally a
down. I was like. And I watched them for a couple seconds, and they looked like they were mugging for the camera, just trying to be all hard, whatever. And I'm just like, okay, this is another plan of some sort. Yeah. And then and we're not going to talk about the movie because I don't want to give them any free publicity. No,
but it is
they can
a movie
go pound
promotion.
Sand. That was the dumbest thing ever, and I hate that stuff. It's bad enough when the network who's broadcasting the game has some of their actors come in like, oh, look, so-and-so's attending the game. By the way, they're in a new show called So-and-so,
Well,
Thursdays
that's
at
usually
8
like Apple.
on NBC.
It's usually Apple that does that.
Oh, no, they all do it. Fox does it. They're
Oh
famous
yeah,
for that.
yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
That's true.
and I thought, is this some kind of NBC plant? And then you actually figured out, because there was one scene where the guy was sitting down and he had something written on his shirt.
Yeah,
So
they between innings or something they stood up or something, and then I
and
could
you
see,
read it, and so we looked it
figured
up.
it
We're
out,
like,
yeah.
oh, it's some stupid horror movie
Which is
that
exactly
they're
what I-
promoting. I'm just
yeah.
like, oh my god, I just can't.
Well, and
like,
what was it last night on the game? Not the Poly Market, but the other competitor.
But they weren't trying to be like, they weren't acting. These guys,
No,
like,
it just said it
they were
across
trying
their
to-
shirts, and there was two of them, and they matched, so it stuck out when you were looking at them behind, and it was just the name. They weren't making weird faces. They weren't doing anything weird.
Yeah,
So
that's annoying, but not as annoying as these two who are trying to act like stuff from the movie.
yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
okay, we get
And
it.
they
You're
stayed till the
hardened
end of the
convicts.
game.
Yeah, they did.
I
It
don't know.
annoyed me.
Whatever.
It was funny because nobody was around them. Like in the 8th inning,
Yeah.
they were just by themselves, just staring.
Staring, yeah,
So
it's
dumb.
just
I hate that stuff. Don't do that. And here's the thing I don't understand is who let them do that? Well, we know who let them do that, right?
It's all
They bought tickets and they can come in there and they can, I mean, you can't do whatever you want, but they can pretty much do that.
yeah,
But it's like, I just can't stand that. I'm sorry.
yeah. I know.
And I'm not some purist, right? I get it. Like, people sit there and advertise stuff, and I don't care. Like, so on a positive note, the Marlins guy was there tonight.
The Marlins guy was there.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you don't know who
that.
the Marlins guy is, we'll let you tell the story about the Marlins guy.
Well, you're
'cause
just
you
having a good
actually-
old time over there talking it
you-
all up.
You
so,
actually know more than I do. Like, I'm trying to throw this over to you. Don't make me regret it.
well, okay. Just sitting here waiting for something to get thrown to me.
Oh, you've been talking plenty, dear. Trust me.
Okay, well, when we play this back, you'll see how much you were talking first.
Okay. As you
Um,
were saying,
what was I saying? What were we talking
we're
about?
talking about Marlins guy, the story
Oh,
behind
Marlins
Marlins guy.
I really don't know much of the story, honestly, other than he goes to big games, postseason games,
Yeah,
and wears Marlins.
he's a
stuff.
dude that he was at
He
the.
used to be maybe he is an attorney, but he
Okay,
pays and
right.
goes to.
So you know
like,
more than I do.
Yeah, but that's all there is to the story. He just goes and he sits in there. I guess one of the things that's sort of a story is that somebody faked being him last year.
Did
They
really?
wore the stuff, but you could clearly see that. I think it might have even been a woman, but dark hair and put the glasses and the visor
that's
on and stuff like that. So
funny.
it was like, oh, there's Marlon's guy. Oh wait, that's not.
It's
That's actually
Marlins
not.
girl.
It's Marlon's man, by the way. It's not Marlon's guy. That's technically what they call him, like in the
Marlon's
media.
man?
Marlon's man. Yeah.
So is there a reason why it's man and not guy?
I don't know. When I looked it up just to see, like, to make sure that that's who that really was
yeah.
today.
Well, he
that's
was at
Marlon's man.
he was at a couple of World Series games this last year. He was at a couple of World Baseball Classic games, and he was at opening day for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So
he goes to the big games.
I mean, good for him. If I had that kind of disposable income and had that time and could fly, I would definitely do that. I would go to
100%.
all the games.
All the games everywhere, all the time.
If we won the lottery tomorrow, and I mean, and when I say win the lottery, I'm talking like over $100 million.
Is the lottery played tomorrow?
It's played every
I don't
Tuesday and
play the
Friday and every
lottery.
Wednesday and Saturday.
I don't play the lottery, so I don't know.
I know.
what
I
days
play it
is.
for us
Yes.
because you
I
don't want
just
us to be
don't.
you don't want
Yeah.
us to be rich. I
So
understand.
I
that.
know. Well, I don't want to continue to throw money away. That's why I.
Okay, now you're being judgy. All right. So
No,
if
I have purchased a lottery ticket in my life, and the reason
a lottery ticket,
a
oh,
lottery
you're
ticket,
a big spender.
a scratch off, because I
scratch
stopped for
off.
gas, and this was probably in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s maybe. I stopped for gas, and the person had a pin on that said, "If I don't ask you if you want to buy a lottery ticket, you get one for free." So
Oh,
they
and
had
they
to.
didn't?
So they had to ask me. So because nobody asks if you want to buy a lottery ticket, and then I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll buy one." So it was like $1 or $2.
Did you
whatever.
win?
I won another lottery ticket,
See,
and then what did I win?
nothing.
0.
Goose egg.
So that was the end of my lottery playing days.
Well, anyway, if we won the lottery,
it.
getting back to the actual lottery thing, if we won the lottery, that would be our life. We would
Well-
just we would follow the Dodgers and go everywhere that they went.
Yeah.
We'd probably stay at the same hotel they're at. We'd probably, play pickleball with Mookie Betts afterwards.
Then we'd have to hire some really good attorneys because we're stalkers, and the Dodgers would be like, cease and
details,
desist. Get
whatever.
these weirdos away from us.
You know what?
Why are they
Listen,
everywhere?
Listen, you need to practice your manifesting better. This is not good manifesting. You're manifesting the wrong things.
So you don't think that
Watch
Kelly
a
Muncie
couple.
will let me go just get in a floaty in her pool with the ducks and the kids
You
and
need to
the
watch a
alligator
couple of
head?
TikTok videos to understand how to manifest, because clearly you don't know, and neither do I. So I don't even know
Okay.
either.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, let's talk about this game. This game was fantastic. The Diamondbacks always play the Dodgers very tough, and I have to admit
Yes.
that for the first 4 innings, especially after Perdomo hit that home run,
Yep.
I was a little concerned. I'm like,
Yep.
is this going to be like the other times that the Dodgers have played the Diamondbacks recently?
For
Because I'm
sure.
getting nervous.
Yes. And I was feeling a little nervous too, but I also know that this is how the game is. And anything can happen. And when they pulled Gallon, I was like, oh, we're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah,
now,"
exactly.
'cause
The
like
Diamondbacks appear to not have a good bullpen again. They also
yeah,
don't have any lefties in their bullpen at all.
yeah,
No
that
lefties.
was
So I mean,
talked
if
about
you
on the
have good enough
broadcast too.
players, it doesn't matter. But the Diamondbacks don't have that anyway.
No.
First 4 innings, Zach Gallen was amazing, and then fifth inning, Zach Gallen, he lasted 2/3 of the fifth inning.
Yeah,
He wasn't
I
that
just didn't
good.
think he was. I just didn't think he looked that bad enough to pull him. But you know what? I don't get paid to be a manager of the
Well,
Diamondbacks.
yeah, you're
so
not Torey Lovello. So
I'm not.
anyway,
I'm
but
not.
then the floodgates, and the guy that I predicted at the beginning of the season, before the season started, I predicted that this guy is going to have a great season. So far, it's working out right. Andy Pajes.
This is true.
I just get a feeling
This is
that
true.
he is going to have a breakout season. He might get a Gold Glove, especially seeing how he played the outfield.
Oh my gosh!
Did we even need
Kyle
three
Tucker
outfielders
or Hernandez?
I mean,
no,
maybe
not
those
really.
guys could cover things that go up the lines.
Yeah,
But seriously, Andy Pajes had 4/5 of the outfield.
Yeah,
They were
it
all
was
his.
incredible.
Yeah, it was.
He's just amazing. And you know what? He was good defensively last year too. Offensively was where he struggled. He had some things, but overall he was okay. He was good and
then he
on
hit that
defense,
2-run
but
homer that was
yeah,
3-run homer.
yeah,
Sorry,
like
3-run
that
homer.
was just so
Excuse
great
me.
because you can just tell he's a hard. Like they all work really, really hard, but you could just tell that he was not happy with how things were last year and how it ended, and just hearing
Well, it ended with the World Series championship.
well, that part that I mean.
But
his overall performance for the year
Right.
is not where he wanted.
his
to
hitting
end up.
was atrocious.
Yes,
But his
yes.
defense is, of course, now legendary. The stuff of lore.
Yes. Well, and tonight he just, if we get more of that, that's fantastic.
That's going to be fantastic.
Just
It's gonna be a
wonderful.
great season.
Yes.
So Kyle Tucker looked good in his official Dodger debut. He got a was it a double? Yeah, he scored a run. It was I think he got Ohtani.
It was his third at bat.
Yeah, his
that
third
he finally
at bat.
got on
He got
base.
the and he's still trying to figure out the little dance to do when you're on the base,
Which
and
is
that's
hilarious.
fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Kyle. I struggle with the same.
You know
dance
what?
Too.
If you get enough doubles, you'll get really good at it really fast.
See, there you go. You need
That's
reps.
That's all you need is reps.
You need
just
reps.
get lots
you need
of doubles.
practice.
Lots of
Exactly.
doubles. Singles too. Just get
we'll
on base.
take anything.
Just get on base.
And that's what I liked about this game is I felt like because last year I felt like there were plenty of times where the Dodgers loaded the bases and got nothing for it. Like that happened.
Yeah.
Statistically I know it didn't happen as often as I think it does in my head, but it sure felt like it. Anyway, this game felt different because they didn't necessarily blow it out in that inning, but they had bases loaded after they had scored a bunch. And then they managed to eke out one more, which was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we need. We just need scrappy stuff. The home runs are great. And who doesn't love a home run? Who doesn't love a home run?
Right.
But
Always
being
great.
able to grind it out and get singles, doubles, even a triple here and there was fantastic. And what about Mr. Yoshinobu Yamamoto? I'm trying to say his name correctly.
Yama,
as I'm hearing that's the new
Yoshi?
term now. Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Yoshi. How did Yama do?
He is one of the most incredible pitchers to watch. He just pulls it off like 99% of the time. He is so strong. His pitches are like you can't see anything like that. He's just strikeouts, and he stays so composed on the mound, even when there was a home run, and even when they get some guys on base, he's just composed. And the strikeouts, he just looked really, really good. He's incredible. He's probably going to be one of the best pitchers. I don't know. We have so many.
Some are okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
But some would argue that he was robbed of a Cy Young last year. I don't think he's going to get robbed this year. I think he gets a Cy Young if he can maintain this, right?
mm,
So
yeah.
there's always the I word, which I'm not going to say, but ultimately, if he can
Well,
avoid that,
you
it's
know who his competition is? Ohtani for Cy Young.
oh, that's too bad. That's a
I
tough
know.
problem
Can
to
you
have.
imagine having two
Oh, I'm
pitchers
sorry, you
that
didn't
are
win the Cy Young because your teammate did. So yeah,
right?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought
Anyway.
he got better as the game progressed, and I kind of
Mm-hmm.
felt like that about him during last season.
Yeah.
But definitely this, like tonight, he okay, it was a little wobbly, but they stuck in there. And Dave Roberts had said before the game, he was talking to the NBC broadcast, that he was going to let Yama, I'm trying to use his nickname,
Yoshi.
I'll let
His
Yoshi.
his bobblehead is the Yoshi from Mario,
Yeah,
the game or whatever.
exactly.
They call him Yoshi.
Yeah, so Yoshi, they said he was going to go 80 pitches. He went over 90. I think they were clowning people. Dave Roberts was doing a little gamesmanship.
Yeah, well, his stamina, he clearly proved that last year,
Oh,
and
yeah.
now this year it's just.
It was crazy. Yeah,
I mean,
he
this
looked
year it's
great,
just
and
one
he looked
game, but
great.
it
He
looks
looked
really good.
stronger
Yep.
at the end of the game.
But
than
he also
did at
had
the
really
beginning.
good outings in spring training too.
Yes, he did.
So this is not a surprise. He's just solid, dependable. Just he's great.
So who was a disappointment tonight?
Paul Sewald, because he didn't come out.
So
Only people who know the Diamondbacks.
For those of you who don't know, Paul Sewald has been a relief pitcher in the league for a while. I don't know if he started as a starter and then went to the bullpen.
I don't know that either.
But he's a relief pitcher, and he was in the Diamondbacks for a couple of years, and he just does poorly against the Dodgers. To the point where one of my favorite chirps, when I'm at Chase Field, one of my favorite chirps to yell during a game is "Bring in Sewald," and all the Diamondbacks fans are like, "No, shut up! Don't say that, because they'll bring him in."
Oh,
he's not good.
And then when they do bring him in, and we're at the game and we're cheering, we're like, "Yes!"
Oh, I know. We're
and
cheering.
They're looking at us, and we're like, "He sucks. You guys are done."
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't come in tonight.
No, that was
he didn't come in tonight. But it was 8-2 was the final.
That sounds right.
Yeah, 8-2 was the final score.
So
it was fantastic.
I don't know that I was really disappointed in anybody tonight.
I don't think so either. I think everybody. It was a good overall.
It was just a good overall performance. Everybody got a hit. I think. Everybody got on base for sure. And yeah, I just thought it was just really fun to see. And everybody who started stayed in. We never took anybody out, so it was just the starters all stayed in. We didn't, which was with the exception of Tucker, and
you didn't have to rotate anybody.
Right, but he was the only one that wasn't there at the World Series that was out on the field.
Correct.
So everybody else was in
the new kid, new kid on the block,
the one new kid on the field today. So
it was
but one of the things that
go ahead.
Well, what I wanted to talk about a little bit more too was the broadcast itself, because we are in a new era of having. I think we had like 75 people talking about something broadcast tonight, because we had 3 in the booth. We had Kirsch.
That's Clayton Kershaw. For those of you who don't know who Clay Kirsch is, Clay.
Oh my God, this is a Dodgers podcast. If you're watching this and you don't know what Kirsch is, then anyway.
Just saying.
Sorry, I shouldn't. No, you're right. I should be a little more inclusive. Clayton Kershaw.
Now you can call him Kirsch because you've established it.
Kirsch. He's with the Dodgers for.
There were a lot.
18 years.
There were a lot of people.
Yeah, but I liked it. The one thing I will say is that if I was a Diamondbacks fan, and I guess I would probably just expect this also, it's the home opening for the Dodgers, and yeah, this is against the Diamondbacks, but we're celebrating the World Series. Like, this was nothing but a Dodgers love fest, and I totally get that. That's all this was the entire time, was talking about. It was nice that they had what's his name from the Diamondbacks?
Luis Gonzalez.
Yes, sorry.
I thought he was really good.
I did too.
He handled himself very well.
Yeah, and him and Oral Hershiser talking about stuff together was just it's so great hearing them talk about their perspectives and stuff like that. But one of the things that I thought of toward the end of the broadcast is that Clayton Kershaw is not always going to just do Dodger games. He's going to have to broadcast and talk about other teams too. Tonight was great because he could just talk about the guys and us and stuff like that. But later he's going to be at other games where the Dodgers aren't playing, and it's going to be a little bit of a shift. But I really like just hearing the perspectives that all of that brought, having former players talk about that, not just like even talking about that one segment where they were talking about the oral, I think it was oral, no, it was Kershaw was saying the batters will come in and say like the ball feels weird when it comes in from this pitch or like this, and it's not something that you can measure. It's just
Yeah,
as
he
a
talks
batter
about
when you're
how
in the batting
how
box
it
with the
feels heavy.
yeah, and he was like, I'm not a batter, so I don't know. Like, so it's just, he says it was just really interesting. So those are the kinds of things that I really find fascinating during the game, because you just don't think of it. It's like you throw the ball and the guy hits it and then you run and you try to get him out. Like there's a bajillion things that go with that as far as everything that you can, mechanics, mentality, all of it. And the stories and how they share information and as a team and what they're seeing. And I just love all of that.
Yep.
So
No, it's been good. I did like the broadcast. It was okay. Like it was better. Well, here's the thing. NBC's been doing this forever, which they reminded you at the beginning of the podcast or
Yes.
broadcast, excuse me. They do a broadcast.
Yes,
we
they
do
do.
a podcast.
We do a podcast.
Different letters,
Yeah.
but you know. And so it was interesting having Bob Costas back. And of course, Bob Costas is not, he doesn't, his play-by-play announcing days are probably over, but he was
That's
good enough
okay.
to do like the intro and stuff
Yeah.
and talk in between. So that was nice.
Yeah.
But it was fun because it did kind of bring back some memories for me of watching baseball as a kid, because NBC was really big. And
Sure.
of course, the 88 World Series was broadcast by NBC,
Yeah.
where they had Vin Scully and Joe Garagiola as the announcers. So I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was good. I thought Luis Gonzalez did well. I think he represented the Diamondbacks as much as he could.
Yeah.
And I think it was fine. But yeah, it was kind of a Dodgers love fest having Clayton Kershaw. I mean, and this was a nice, easy. It's his first quote unquote at bat being
Right.
In a broadcast type scenario.
Right.
So it was a nice way to ease into it. Now we'll have to see how he does when he broadcasts a game where the Dodgers aren't involved.
Right.
We'll have
Right.
to see.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be fine.
But I liked that he was down watching the game basically from the dugout, not in the dugout, but off to the side a little bit, because he's not, because he doesn't get paid the same, as he said, to sit in that little bay as he does to sit in the dugout,
Right.
which I thought was great.
But he had a TV screen in front of him. He had a monitor.
Yeah. But he's watching the game and showing but he's seeing it from that perspective that he's used to seeing it from, also being in that location now. Yeah, he has a screen and he's talking about it. But I loved it when he would talk when he wasn't playing, or like he wasn't in the game, but they'd put him on and he would talk about some things that were going on. He always has good insight, and it's just always really fun to hear that kind of stuff that you don't always.
No, it's been good. It's been
good.
And
you know, one of the things that maybe we'll talk about, as much as I love being at a game, I also really like watching it on TV.
Yeah, I do too.
There's so much more that you miss, so much more when you're at a game than when you're watching it on TV, because you get the replays and you get the commentary and you get, different things like that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but
that's good.
Yeah. But it's just different. Don't get me wrong, I love going and watching the game in person,
exactly.
for sure. But sometimes, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm kind of on the opening day high of like baseball's back and it really counts now, and it's just going to be just so fun to see what happens all season for all the teams. Honestly, I just love watching baseball. It's just going to be so great.
Yep.
So like even tonight, I'm watching the Dodger game and I have the Mariners game up. Watching that too, because that's the other game that was going on, and
expert multitasking.
Yes, but it's just because they had a historic season, and just to watch them come back and like start their season and against the Guardians. So that was fun too. So
that was good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really good. I think everybody looks really good. Everything's clicking, and it's nice to see that. And getting an opening day win is fantastic. It's never a bad thing.
And it's game one.
We got 161 to go.
Yep, only 161 to go
for regular season.
Exactly.
For regular.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think my attitude this year is I'm going to try very hard not to overreact to short-term things in the season, because I do that a lot. I've done that all my life, and I was doing it a little bit last year. I tried not to, but near the end, like in August, the famous August of 2025, I was struggling. I was struggling to think how the Dodgers were going to be able to compete in the postseason with the team they had and how they were doing. Thankfully,
the injuries and the performance.
Yeah, thankfully that worked out. Oh, you know who I saw? You know who came in tonight that I was very nervous about? Tanner Scott.
Yes. Yes.
It was a low leverage situation. They were up 8-2.
Which is great.
You're not going to see Edwin Diaz in that situation.
No. But
So
put him in there.
they let Tanner Scott go in, and he was very efficient. Like,
I agree.
that's the Tanner Scott that we paid $72 million for.
That's the Tanner Scott we need.
Yeah, exactly. So good for him. Hopefully
and
there's more of that this year.
Exactly. Hopefully he just builds off of that and
he doesn't have the pressure of having to be the guy, the closer, right? Because you got Edwin Diaz now.
Right.
So hopefully that'll translate. And obviously he's been working through it in the off season.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
He was at that one, the St. Patrick's Day game that we went to. I remember I was viscerally shaking when I saw him come in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it was a spring training game that meant nothing. I had so much PTSD from the last season.
Yeah.
But
plus we saw him up close like you see him on TV.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, you're right there.
And then when he did well, he actually got out of the inning, right? And I remember yelling, "Welcome back!"
Yeah.
To him, like, okay. He probably thought, who's that weirdo sitting by the net talking
to me?
never
heard that before. Thanks.
Yeah, well, you know what? For what he did last year, he deserves it. So he just needs to just take it, and you can take that and your $72 million and just deal with it. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
that's true. But you know that these guys, they care about the money, but the competition and playing well means so much more to them than that. So when they don't perform, they feel 10 times worse than we feel about them.
I would say the vast majority of players are like that. There are some who just want the paycheck, and I get that.
They aren't around very long. Yeah.
No, they're not. You're right. They're not around very long. That's a very good point. So so this was game one.
This was game one. Yeah.
We got it out of the way. So tomorrow is going to be the ring ceremony. So the Dodgers are going to
more pomp and circumstance.
Get their ring. Yeah, more pomp and circumstance. And Clayton Kershaw, or
Kirsch,
as the insiders call him, will get his ring too.
The insiders.
The insiders.
Everyone who watches baseball.
That's right. All the insiders.
All the insiders that watch baseball.
Whatever.
I think it's SNLA. It's going to be on MLB Network, but I think
so it'll be Sportsnet LA.
Sportsnet LA doing the broadcast. I think so.
Okay.
So that means that we'll have probably Stephen Nelson, Joe Davis, Kirsten Watson. Well, we won't have Steve. We won't have Steve Nelson.
He'll be on the radio probably.
I hope we have Joe Davis.
We'll have Joe Davis. Well, Joe Davis has got to be the broadcaster. So Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser will be in the booth with him. And Kirsten Watson is always patrolling the sidelines.
We are so spoiled with the broadcast team that we have. I'm not going to lie. They just are so good. They're a good team together. Yeah, they do some corny stuff that's stupid once in a while, but overall, they're not as bad as a lot of them.
But don't forget David Vassegh. So what was that shirt that Kike was wearing today that you saw? It looked hilarious.
Oh my God. So it's just a black T-shirt, and it had a square on the front, like a People magazine cover, and it said "Sexiest Man Alive." And what I saw, and I couldn't zoom in very well because it was just kind of a picture. It wasn't a video. But it was a younger David Vassegh who is he does broadcasting, but he also has a podcast, and he will occasionally do sideline reporting as well when Kirsten's out or whatever. But the guys give him so much shit. It's so funny. They're always giving him crap about stuff. That the shirt you wore in the last episode was when David Vassegh asked if he wanted goggles, and
he being Kirsch.
I was about to say, Kirsch replied, "I don't want goggles. I don't even want pants, Dave."
Yeah.
And Muncie roasts him all the time. So it's just hilarious when
that is funny,
putting Sexiest Man Alive, like People magazine, and having it be David Vassegh.
Yeah, Max really Muncie's next level trolling of David Vassegh.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So we've got so tomorrow's game. This will be Friday's game. I'm in a time warp here. Friday's game. Who's pitching for us? We should look that up.
We should know that.
Well, we should know that. We do a Dodgers podcast. We should know. I'm going to look it up live on the air.
I think it's Glass now.
Is it Glass?
I think that's the rotation because.
Well, let's look up the official MLB app. The official app of Major League Baseball. Oh, man.
Isn't Ohtani on Sunday? Or is he Tuesday?
No, it's too early because he pitched
right.
recently.
He's Tuesday.
The probable pitchers are going to be Ryan Nelson for the Diamondbacks and Emmett Sheehan.
For Sheehan. Okay.
The Los Angeles. Oh, my goodness. That is the wrong day. What the heck?
It's not going to be Sheehan.
Is that correct? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yes, it is going to be Sheehan.
What the heck?
This is fascinating content, by the way.
Yeah, I know. This is so good. So we got Sheehan. Yeah, I'm so good at this stuff. And then what's going to happen for Saturday? What do you think? So on Saturday, well, you know how the Dodgers are. They kind of keep this stuff really close.
Yeah.
So I need to push the button here. And this says on Saturday, it's probably going to be, it's going to be, I think it's Eduardo or Eddie Rodriguez, and it's going to be Glasnow.
Okay.
On Saturday. And then on Sunday, wait a second. There's no game on Sunday.
Hold up.
It's a rest day. Wait a minute. Yeah, there's a rare off day on a Sunday.
Yeah.
That's really bizarre. So
yes, I forgot because in Cleveland.
We got Sheehan and we got Glasnow coming up against the Diamondbacks. And then
feel good about that.
And then the Dodgers have a 3-game series against the Cleveland Guardians. They're going to come from Seattle apparently.
Yep.
And take Alaska Airlines and fly into LAX. Or maybe they'll fly into Burbank if they're cool. I don't know. Which one's closer? Probably LAX. Actually, I think it's distant because you have to fly into Burbank and go through the valley, and that's awful. Anyway, according to this, probable starting pitchers, Messick for the Guardians and Sasaki, who has been kind of struggling a little bit, at least as far as I can tell.
That's right. So the rotation is Yoshi, Sheehan, Glasnow, Roki, Otani.
Yes. So on Tuesday, March 31st, that's the day that Shohei Otani makes his first start of the season.
Honestly, there's got to be a graphic for that. Because
you mean like the Fox TV
people
graphic?
Have already been talking about it, that his next outing will be Tuesday. So.
Yeah. So, and then as far as the last game of that series before our next podcast and before they go on the road, they haven't determined pitchers yet for that.
No, so I'm kind of surprised they even have all of them for Cleveland.
And
but that's the starting rotation.
It's probable at this point, so we'll see. But yeah, so we've got our full rotation coming in. We've got Sheehan holding down the fort until Blake Snell can get better, and then we'll have to see what happens. But I mean, at this point, at this point, if Sasaki is struggling, you keep Sheehan and you slot Blake Snell into that or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you go with a 6-man rotation, which seems to be kind of the thing these days. People are more teams are doing that now.
Yeah.
Like I think the 5 number has been a traditional number for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no rule that says it has to be 5 days or only 5 pitchers in a rotation.
Right. But just with the number of guys you have on the
that affects
on
your
the roster.
Yeah, that determines
and days of rest
roster.
and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Right. So
I feel like the Dodgers were kind of pioneered that last year, having 6 because there was so much because we had when we added Snell. Well, I don't know. Did people have 6? I guess I haven't been watching baseball as long as you have, but
maybe I don't know
because it used to be that there was a starter and they went as long as possible and you had a closer. So it's kind of started going back to like you have a starter that goes, then it was 7 or 8 innings, and then you had the closer, and now you want them to get up into the 6th inning, maybe 7th,
right.
but you already have a bullpen that can keep doing this. So then you have, So I don't know. I feel like because we had so many last year until everybody got injured.
I think the Dodgers may have perfected it or popularized it. Maybe I don't know. We'll have to do some research on that. And
I just feel like they were doing that last year, and I don't know that there were a lot of other teams that had a 6-man.
If any of you listeners or viewers know the answer, you can tell us. I mean, but by that time we're going to have Googled it and found it anyway. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. We like to think that you helped us out with that, and that's great.
Yeah.
So we've got that coming up. So for the rest of this series, this whole homestand, this is a 6-game homestand.
Yes.
So we're going to be at Dodger Stadium the whole week. When are we going to Dodger Stadium?
That's a great question. We're definitely going in August.
Yes, we always go in August around my birthday week, which is the last week of August. So I always go to Dodger Stadium, at least one game. This year,
I'd like to try to go out sooner, but we have a lot of other things going on.
Yeah. So
places to go and stuff. So I don't know.
We have a lot of stuff. So maybe we'll sneak one in before.
We already are planning on being at the games here at Chase Field.
Yes.
When the Dodgers come to town. So
yes, we will be here for every single game, except for the one that lands on our podcast night.
Yeah,
I think
that's too far ahead. Anyway,
I've been planning it for a while, so I know. Anyway, we'll see. But yeah, so we'll be present at almost all of the games here when the Dodgers come to Arizona to play the Diamondbacks.
Right.
In Chase Field, which I don't mind. I don't mind Chase Field.
No, No, we talked about that before.
I think it's a decent. I think it's a decent place.
It's a decent experience. It's
we have. So that's going to be the schedule. So yeah, I have to say though, I'm a little bitter at you because I have a.
That's a nice transition.
I have a beef to pick with you. I'm just mad that you got to sit and watch baseball all day. I'm mad.
Well, you got a paycheck. I didn't.
Yeah, so. That's true. But
I'm not gonna lie. I feel very, very spoiled that that's how I spent my day watching baseball.
Right.
I literally was like, "How is it 1:30 already? Did I eat yet?"
Oh yeah, you were into it. You were intense. You were covering it like it was your job.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it kind of is. Maybe a little bit, but I don't know.
Else.
Right.
But it was because it was just fun to see which games were going to win, and all of the broadcasting had different people who had different takes on things with the seasons from before, and yeah, I don't know. It was fun. I know that that's not the way my life is going to be forever, but today was
we'll see.
Just delightful.
We'll have to see how that works. Yeah.
Day, so.
Well, and I also got my hat. If you notice, you're watching on the podcast. I got the gold brim hat that they wore on the field today.
What do you think of the jerseys, the championship jerseys they were wearing tonight? I like them too. It's interesting that the patch on the side is like faded out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you want that really bright, but it's like, I kind of like it subtle.
I like it.
Because the Nike swoosh is a little subtle too. It's just gold. It doesn't
gold,
but it doesn't have an outline around it either.
Oh, I like that. That was
so it's very so that kind of matches with that.
Yeah, I thought it was well done. The new uniforms are fantastic.
Yeah, and I didn't think I would like the gold brim on the hat, but I do.
Are you saying you don't like my hat?
Do you like my hat?
You're not wearing a hat.
Only someone will get that watches the podcast. But I do like I didn't think I when I heard about it, I wasn't sure if it was going to be way too much gold, but the color and everything that it is really nice. I think it looks good.
Yeah,
and then the stars on either side for each of the championships.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's so weird to talk about back to back, and again, I still go back to the McCourt days and the empty stadiums and fans protesting and the team going bankrupt because Frank McCourt and his wife couldn't get along, like all that stuff, and the fact that guy still owns the parking lot just drives me nuts.
Yeah,
I can't stand it.
Yeah, I know.
If I wish I said this last week. I wish somebody would just buy him out, take over the parking lot, because I don't want to hear that name ever again, right? And so I am absolutely enjoying all of this pomp and circumstance, and all of this, you know, I don't know what to say. It just all this great streak that we're on of winning championships.
Yeah.
And if we win a third one, that's going to be cool. I'll be super
great.
happy.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
It'll be only the fourth team in history.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, both of those. They showed were the Yankees.
Only the fourth. Well, only be the fourth team in history to win it 3 times in a row. The Yankees did it 2 different times.
Right.
The A's did it, and then it was who's the other team that did it?
The Yankees.
The Yankees did it.
Well, on that graphic they showed, it was the early Yankees,
then
the Athletics,
right.
and then the Yankees again. So it would only be the third team ever.
Maybe I should do my research before I do this podcast.
Or you could just read the screen and when it's on TV.
Or just talk to my wife, because she clearly knows this stuff better than I do.
I mean, all I do is watch baseball all day, so
yeah.
Just ask me.
Yeah, you're living every baseball guy's fan's dream life. So I hope you enjoy it while you can.
Well, I can.
Because it won't last.
No, it will not.
Because our paycheck won't allow it. So
anyway, we want to take trips to Dodger Stadium, and you know when your favorite team is one of the most expensive teams to watch, tickets.
I know
the parking went up $5 at Dodger Stadium to like $45 now for just the general admission. Like it was like the highest stadium. No. The next thing I'm gonna say is the tickets. The get in price on close to opening day was I think it was less than, or blah, blah, blah. What am I trying to say?
What are you trying to say exactly? Yeah.
Minimum 150 to get in.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
Opening day is always nuts, especially Dodgers.
Right.
But
it was also the most expensive of any opening day stadium.
So. I remember in 2023 going to a game, and I like to get the seats behind the field level seats, so the yellow seats, field level, section 1, 2, or 3. about halfway up to maybe closer, right? Like that's usually the sweet spot for
Yeah.
seats. And I remember in 22, I think it was, even 23, I remember getting those seats and it was like $150 a head. And now you can't touch those things for under 300.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how expensive they are now. So the price is doubled because of the Dodgers' success.
Right.
So it's bittersweet, right? It's like, okay, the games are much more expensive, but we're also watching, a back-to-back world championship team here. So, and I don't know.
Which is, again, maybe if we get all this money from Uniqlo, we could bring the park or the ticket price down a little bit or something. I know that's not how it works,
honest,
but like
that's not how it works. Some of that's because a lot of that's secondary market, so they can charge whatever. And that's
I'm
different.
just being, I don't
Pollyanna,
know, something like that. Yeah,
wishful thinking.
I don't know.
Right.
Because I mean, all we ever hear about our team is how much money they have in buying championships and all of that kind of stuff. Well, so then it's like, oh, now we have more money because we have a name on our field. Great.
Well, you know what?
We didn't have any money.
You know what I'd like them to do with that money is to subsidize the concessions.
I like that idea.
Because I realize that the entire league does it. I know that tall beers are $18 or something like that at every stadium in the league. I get it. But the Dodgers should be different. They should lead a trend and start reducing the prices of concessions. You know what, though? Maybe not alcohol, because when you charge more for alcohol, it actually reduces the drunken behavior and some of the incidents that happen at the game, right?
But, not really, but yeah. I mean, that's, in theory. Kind of
does. But they should, like I know, like some of the stadiums, like Chase Field, for example, has a couple of their concession stands have a value menu.
Right.
Where you can get a $5 hot dog. Is it the greatest hot dog in the world? No, but it's a $5 hot dog at a major league ballpark in 2025 or 2026. So it's actually pretty good.
So the Atlanta Braves the Atlanta Braves and the Falcons, I believe, both have the cheapest concessions in.
Oh, I forgot
because
about
they
that.
have some kind of an agreement, or like they that's their policy, is that their stuff is not as expensive as you would pay at other stadiums. It's not cheap, but it's not ridiculous like it is everywhere else. So I don't know how all that works. I just know from other people that have gone, they've talked about it's also not that bad.
It's also discouraging that you go to spring training and pay those same damn prices.
Yes,
especially at Camelback Ranch.
Yes, it is.
Hate that.
Yeah, well, not even especially there. It's across all of the stadiums that it's that much, and it's just God, come on, man.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Camelback Ranch. So let's talk about that for a second. Camelback Ranch, to me, I figured out why Camelback Ranch, as far as spring training facilities in Arizona, why Camelback Ranch feels different than the other stadiums.
Yeah.
And I think I put my finger on it. I told you this before. I think that Camelback Ranch is trying to be like a major league ballpark. Everything about it, like the grounds, all of the buildings, all of the structures are all very permanent, right? Like they don't have a lot of they have a couple of concession stands here and there floating around, but it feels like a formal stadium. Whereas a lot of the other stadiums, yeah, obviously they're great, but they also have a lot of vendors that are around. You get this almost like a state fair kind of feel. Like a minor league, or like a minor league game feel, right? I feel like it's a little less formal, a little more, happy-go-lucky. There's a little more variety of vendors and stuff. Whereas with Camelback Ranch, it's pretty stoic. It's set. That's what it is. I don't know.
No,
that's how I feel about it. I don't know how you feel about it, listeners and viewers. But
no, I think you're right. Because we've gone to Peoria, we've been to Surprise now, we've been out to
you've been to Sloan
Goodyear.
Park.
We didn't go.
We were at Goodyear. Yeah, we
didn't go inside Sloan Park.
We didn't get tickets. Outside.
We went, but we went to watch practice. As far as the actual stadium where they play and stuff. So it's no, I agree. It's just kind of there. It's very. Well, we've talked about it's a beautiful place.
Yes.
For sure, the way that it's all the water features and it's a beautiful place to visit. But the stadium itself and the game experience is blah.
Yeah, exactly.
The game is great. The players, everything. You know what I mean?
The stadium experience, yeah.
The stadium experience is kind of blah.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what?
I really wish they had more shade.
Oh, well, we've learned that the hard
Oh
way.
my
We went
God.
to the last spring training game on Saturday. It was this last Saturday.
Yes, against the
It was
Athletics.
103 degrees when we finally decided to leave. 103.
And I mean, it
and
gets
we
hotter
sat
here,
out,
but we were in the direct sun. There's
yeah,
not a lot of shade there. So
we sat out there for about 5 innings total, I think. Four and a
Yeah,
half, 5
yeah,
innings.
yeah.
We toughed it out. We went there for the first 2. We left and walked around for a couple
watched,
innings.
yeah.
Came back for about 2.5 more, and then we're like, we're done. We're out of here.
Yeah, and we walked slow and kind of watched the game as we were wandering around too and stuff like that, and then just standing up in the shade,
which is
watching the
where
game,
everybody
which
was.
is where everyone was. Which I mean,
right?
And here's a Camelback Ranch was so generous to tell people that you could bring 2 bottles of water instead of just 1,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you could bring a refillable, because normally you can't do that.
Right.
You can only bring 1. This is Arizona. They should have water bottles for $2 or let you bring in as much as you want, because you need that in this heat. And yes, it was hotter than it normally is for March, but that's how shit is here. It's just hotter than you expect. The sun is more intense than you expect. Just from a liability standpoint, like just let there be more water available for people.
Let there be more water.
Right?
Free the water, Camelback.
Yes.
Free the water. That's what I say. Yeah. We're going to start a chat. I'm going to start a shirt with that. Free the water.
That's dumb.
Why not? We'll make millions.
Free the water?
And listen, if Uniqlo wants to sponsor the shirt, I'll put their logo on there too. I don't care. Well,
there you go.
I think this has been, we again, super excited that the season has begun. We got our first one under our belt.
Yeah.
I got to turn on the Dodger lights around my house just to mess with my neighbor across the street who's a huge Diamondbacks fan. So that was the wife's more of a Mariners fan. He's a Diamondbacks fan, hardcore.
She's a hardcore Mariners fan, so don't.
But I don't mind the Mariners. I mind the Diamondbacks.
Oh, I see.
So flashing the lights to remind him who's boss, like that's fine. I enjoy doing that. So, all right. Well, I think that wraps it up for this week. We're gonna have a good week of games coming up. We've got the rest of the Diamondback series. We've got the Cleveland Guardians, and then we'll be doing another broadcast.
Yeah.
Or podcast, whatever I call it.
Whatever we do. I don't know.
No idea what my names are.
Yeah.
So
it's a little later evening than normal because we're doing, and we're not always going to have like a reaction show either, because this is like we just watched the game and it was opening day, which was really
absolutely.
It actually kind of worked out.
Yeah, that's true.
Schedule wise for us to talk about the game and all of that.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it was just really nice to see a solid start from everybody.
Yes.
Solid start from everybody. Nobody had to be like lights out bonkers, incredible. It's just not going to be like that every game, but to have a nice solid start like that, I'm down.
I like it.
It's going to be a good season.
Sounds good. All right, let's get this going. Let's come back next week and talk about sweeping the homestand. I would love that.
Heck yeah.
That would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
So, if you enjoyed this episode or enjoyed the show, like this podcast, subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts, follow us on social media. Our handle is usually Till Dodgers Do Us Part or some variation of that. And if you want more information about the show and about us, go to tilldodgersdouspart.com. I'm Neil.
I'm Amy.
And that's it for this week. We will talk to you next week.
Go Dodgers.